For all the super wine geeks out there, we have a special new series dedicated to you. We are reading excerpts from our new edition of Italian Wine Unplugged 2.0. Wine lovers, tune in for your weekly fix only on Italian Wine Podcast. If you want to own a copy of this new must-read Italian wine textbook, just go to Amazon.com or visit us at mamajumboshrimp.com.
Schiava Group. Group, red. Schiava Gentile, Schiava Grigia, Schiava Grossa. Other group members. Red, Schiava Nera. Description. Though morphologically similar, Schiava is a group of unrelated varieties found in Europe's alpine countries. They are all characterized by a rugged disposition and make light-bodied, light-color wines. Schiava is better known as Trollinger in Austria and Germany and as Vernatsch in Alto Adige. Rather than indicating a specific set of related grapes, the name Schiava possibly refers to the common grapevine training system they share. It comes from the Latin vines sclavis, meaning vines enslaved, alluding to the fact that these vines were tied to poles in ancient Roman times. In Italy, varieties of the Schiava group are almost exclusively grown in Trentino and Alto Adige, though Schiava Nera is only found in Lombardy, and some believe it is identical to Schiava Grossa. Schiava Grossa is the most popular, particularly as new clones give smaller berries, making richer wines that age better. DOC regulations, such as Alto Adige DOC Santa Maddalena and Lago di Caldaro DOC, do not stipulate which Schiava can be used. When not specified, the wines are generally a combination of all the Schiavas or two of the main three. They are often interplanted and simply referred to as Schiava. All Schiavas are generally intensely fragrant with strawberry, violet, and almond notes, and light to medium-bodied with high acidity. Though charming, they tend to be simple and straightforward, still dry, though sometimes semi-sweet reds. However, all vines have demonstrated that they are capable of imparting surprising concentration and complexity, suggesting that age of vines rather than subvariety might be key to quality. Schiava Gentile, red. Description. Also known as Schiava Piccola due to its small, though sometimes medium-sized bunches. Late ripening, low yields, and small berries give it a reputation for producing quality juice. While few true monovarietals exist, it can be said to produce reds that are dark pink to pale ruby in hue with fresh red fruits, red currant, sour red cherry, strawberry, and floral notes, buttercup, and violets. It is prized for rosato thanks to its perfumed aromas, light body, and high acid. Benchmark producers: Cantina Bolzano, Cantina Tramin, Ghirlan. Schiava Grigia, red. Description. Also called Grau Vernatsch. Grau Grigia refers to the copious bloom on the berries, which makes the grapes look gray. Some monovarietal bottlings are found in Alto Adige. These wines are bright pink in color with aromas of violet, red currant, pomegranate, and marzipan, as well as saline tang. It is perhaps the most refined of Schiavas. Schiava Grossa, red. Description. Distinguished by big berries and big bunches, although new clones of Schiava Grossa produce smaller berries. It is the highest yielding of Schiavas with more delicate aromas and flavors and higher acidity. Schiava Grossa is a parent, along with Moscato d'Alessandria, of Malvasia del Lazio and with Riesling of Kerna. Given DOC regulations, it is difficult to find true monovarietals. Trebbiano Group. Group: White, Trebbiano Abruzzese, Trebbiano Toscano, Trebbiano Romagnolo, Trebbiano Spoletino. Other group members: White, Trebbianina, Trebbiano Giallo, Trebbiano Modenese. Description: apart from the genetic tie between Trebbiano Abruzzese and Trebbiano Spoletino, the Trebbiano group members are, for the most part, unrelated genetically. In the vineyard, however, they are all characterized by high vigor and yield, long and large bunches, late ripening, and very adaptive to different terroirs. This explains why over the centuries, these different varieties have been lumped together into a generic Trebbiano group. Trebbiano Abruzzese. White. Description: an often misidentified grape. The correct name of grape is Trebbiano Abruzzese, while Trebbiano d'Abruzzo is the name of its wine. Bombino Bianco was long considered a synonym of Trebbiano Abruzzese, but it is only recently discovered to be a distinct variety. Associated regions and DOPs. Abruzzo. Trebbiano d'Abruzzo DOC. In the vineyard. According to many producers, real Trebbiano d'Abruzzo is a minority in the vineyard, where it is often confused with Trebbiano Toscano, Bombino Bianco, and Passerina. Unlike most other Trebbianos, the grapes of Trebbiano Abruzzese remain deep straw green even when ripe. It is a late ripener, like all the members of the Trebbiano group, and its acidity drops fast when maturity is reached. As such, care must be taken in harvesting at precisely the right moment in order to make the best possible wine. In the glass, pale straw lemon in color, wines of Trebbiano Abruzzese exude scents of lemon and peach with a hint of white flower. The dense texture on the palate is supported by bright acidity and a mineral savoriness. At their best, these wines have a remarkable similarity to unoaked Chablis, although somewhat lacking Chardonnay's glycerol mouthfeel. Currently, two of Italy's top whites are made with Trebbiano Abruzzese: Valentini's Trebbiano d'Abruzzo DOC and Tiberio's Trebbiano d'Abruzzo DOC Fontecanale. Both are made from very old vines and are far superior and distinct from other Trebbiano d'Abruzzo. These names are worth remembering as they represent absolute benchmarks for this misunderstood variety and its wines. Lesser examples may suffer from excessive oxidation, as Trebbiano Abruzzese is a white grape high in polyphenols and can easily oxidize. As a result, reductive winemaking with this variety is gaining currency. The drawback here is that all wines resemble Sauvignon Blanc rather than expressing the true characteristics of Trebbiano Abruzzese. Specific styles: still dry white wine. 100% Trebbiano Abruzzese wine is rare since it's often erroneously identified and co-planted with Trebbiano Toscano, Bombino Bianco, and other varieties. Benchmark producers: Masciarelli, Illuminati, Torre de' Beati. Trebbiano Toscano, white. Description: the most widely planted white variety in Italy. In France, it is known as Ugni Blanc. Undeniably Italian, it is found to have a parent-offspring relationship with Garganega. Important to note also, it was used to create Vidal, one of the most commercially successful hybrids famous for its role in the production of many Canadian ice wines. Associated regions and DOPs: Tuscany, Elba DOC Bianco, Montecucco DOC, Sant'Antimo DOC, and all Vinsanto DOCs. Veneto, Bianco di Custozza DOC, Colli Euganei DOC, Gambellara DOC, Lugana DOC. Some plantings can also be found in Marche and Umbria. In the vineyard, late budding and warmth-loving, Trebbiano Toscano has high adaptability and productivity, which accounts for its popularity in Italy and elsewhere. In the glass, Trebbiano Toscano is beloved for its high acidity. It lends backbone to many blends and thus plays a crucial role in the production of Vinsanto. Dry wines typically smell of lemon and chamomile and are marked by racy acidity. All vines may give more concentrated wines, but the aroma spectrum and texture of Trebbiano Toscano wines are rather limited. Specific styles: still wine rules. Both dry and sweet passito are equally important. For Vinsanto, the most important blending partner is Malvasia Biancalunga. Benchmark producers: Veneto, Cavalchina, Monte del Fra, Dalmaso. Trebbiano Romagnolo, white. Description: another one of the most planted white grapes variety in Italy. Plantings are concentrated in Emilia-Romagna, especially in the province of Ravenna, where it is often called Trebbiano Fiamma and Forlì. It is often mixed up in the vineyard with Trebbiano Toscano, and like all Trebbianos, it is a productive variety. Quality-wise, many wines of Trebbiano Romagnolo are a step up compared to those made with old vine Trebbiano Toscano, boasting a riper fruit profile and denser palate. However, different biotypes of Trebbiano Romagnolo exist, so they are not all equally qualitative. In general, these wines fail to excite and are made to be consumed in the immediate short term. Dry, simple, still, and sparkling wines are the most common. Varietal versions are rare, and it is often co-planted and vinified with Trebbiano Toscano. Trebbiano Spoletino. Description: a popular grape found around the towns of Spoleto and Montefalco in Umbria. Late ripening, downy mildew and botrytis resistant, it behaves like one of the Trebbianos. Across the board, the wines are generally very good. However, the still dry wines made with Trebbiano Spoletino lack a common identity. Some are citrusy and crisp, almost Sauvignon Blanc-like, while others are heavy and alcoholic. Those that taste like Moscato Bianco are probably made with local aromatic grapes, inadvertently grown in the same vineyard. Benchmark producers: Fongoli, Tabarrini, Antonelli, San Marco. Vernaccia Group. Group: white. Vernaccia di Oristano, Vernaccia di San Gimignano, red. Vernaccia bianca, Vernaccia nera. Other family members: white, Vernaccina, Vernaccina riminese, red, Vernaccia nera grossa. Description: Vernaccia appears to be the name given to a large collection of grapes scattered all throughout Italy, with only one thing in common: the Vernaccia name. The most widely held theory maintains that the name stems from the Latin word vernaculum, meaning local, and therefore many local farmers use the vernac prefix for their grapes. Vernaccia di San Gimignano, white. Description: This grape takes its name from the spectacular medieval hilltop town in Tuscany, as does the wine, Vernaccia di San Gimignano DOCG. It is the name as the Ligurian variety Piccabon. Associated regions and DOPs: Tuscany, Vernaccia di San Gimignano DOCG. In the vineyard, pentagonal and round leaf, fairly large compact bunch, medium-large berries of various shapes, ranging from round to elliptical. In the glass, when unoaked, the wines are very pale yellow in color, often with green tinges. These clean, fresh versions offer lemon zest and sage, all finishing up with a hint of almonds. Specific styles: still, dry white. The Riserva versions, which may also be oaked, show hints of vanilla and can be balanced, provided the oak has been used cautiously. Benchmark producers: Panizzi, Montenidoli, Cesani. Vernaccia di Oristano, white. Description: Not to be left behind by Vernaccia di San Gimignano, here is another case of a grape variety and a wine denomination with identical names. Vernaccia di Oristano is both the name of the grape variety and the DOC white wine, Vernaccia di Oristano from Sardinia. Although relatively small plantings exist, the vines are predominantly old, many between 30 to 50 years and several over 50. Wine's styles range from dry, table wine to fortified versions that can be either dry or sweet. Interestingly, most Vernaccia di Oristano wines are aged in barrels which are not completely topped up, thus encouraging the development of flor, similar to sherry. Some are aged for many years in this manner, concentrating the wine, increasing the alcohol, and oxidizing very, very slowly thanks to the protective floor covering. The best are actually not fortified, but do involve floor development. In either case, the wines can be quite complex, showing hints of bitter almond, dried apricots, hazelnuts, orange rind, herbs, and wilted flowers. Vernaccia di Oristano produces one of the world's greatest white wines, on a par with the best examples of sherry. However, as this style of wine is currently less fashionable, both grape and wine face challenges going forward. Benchmark producers: Contini, Silvio Carta. Vernaccia nera, red. Description: Found in Umbria and Marche, this red Vernaccia has been famous throughout the past few centuries, even though there is very little of it planted today. An aromatic red, it is responsible for the unique wine Vernaccia di Serra Petrona DOCG, which is a bottle-fermented sparkling wine that must be made from at least 40% air-dried grapes. Similar to the fuller-bodied Lambrusco's, Vernaccia di Serra Petrona wines show beautiful floral aromas such as rose and violet, as well as deep black sherry notes on the nose and palate. Because this grape takes well to air drying, sweet pasito styles are also made. The Serra Petrona DOC turns out equally rich, non-sparkling versions. Benchmark producers Alberto Quacquarini.
Listen to the Italian Wine Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. We're on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Himalaya FM, and more. Don't forget to subscribe and rate the show. If you enjoy listening, please consider donating through ItalianWinePodcast.com. Any amount helps cover equipment, production, and publication costs. Until next time, Cin Cin.